Hey guys, welcome into the Daily O Student Showcase. We're just here to show you a little bit of what you can do with Ocali TV and with the Daily O. So one thing that we are going to start doing more often is more radio shows that are going to be on TV. So these are some things that you can do and podcasting and things like that will help you along the way. If you want to do radio stuff, we can put you on television and give you more platforms to just get your voice out there. But without further ado, we're here for the student showcase, so let's see some student videos.
Life is unpredictable, and when an incident happens that you have no control over, it is vital in those moments to trust God with everything you have. Currently living in Broken Arrow, Oklahoma, with his wife, Tammy, 2 daughters, Ashton and Kelsey, and baby granddaughter, Taylor, Sean Billiter is a hardworking man of God who had a life-changing experience 11 years ago.
2007, July, we were in New Mexico on a missions trip in Gallup, New Mexico. The last day of our trip was a day of free time, and we were out just hiking on the reservation in some of the remote areas and got in a place where we were taking some pictures, kind of act like we were rock climbing, just messing around a little bit. And Ashton was 14 at the time. She was taking a picture of me, and when she was actually snapping the shot, the rock that I was holding on to broke loose, and when it did, it came off and hit me in the shoulder, and it spun me around and sent me over the side of this cliff that was, I ended up falling about 84 feet, which was almost 8.5 stories. And at the time I was falling, I was trying to figure out why I was falling, and I was actually conscious at the bottom.
Not knowing how that day was going to end up, we spoke with Tammy and Ashton on what was going through their minds when it happened.
They wouldn't let me fly in the helicopter with him, and so I had to get back on a bus and drive for an hour to get to Albuquerque with them. So me, at 14, is frustrated, upset, can't be with her dad, and have to sit in a car ride for an hour.
And I said, just put him on the phone so he can hear my voice. And they said, okay. So they held the phone up to him, and he's just yelling and screaming, and I immediately started calling out to him. And I just told him to listen to me, that I love you, listen to me. And I started praying. And the moment I started praying, his peace just came over his body immediately, and he just got silent. And all of a sudden I hear from him, as soon as I got done praying, he just said, I love you. And that was it. I knew right then God had a hold of him, and I told him to hang on, I'm on my way.
Fear of the unknown struck that day, and no one had any idea how Sean was going to survive.
A first responder that came upon the scene was kind of looked like Mr. Clean's, who I always referred to him so people can visualize. He was wearing a white shirt and a shaved head, and this really warm smile and voice just kept telling me, hang in there, everything's gonna be all right. And he just kept encouraging me, and as I was sharing with the guys when I got back, we were trying to figure out what all had transpired, and nobody seemed to know this individual that I was referring to. Nobody's seen this first responder but me, and so I'm very confident that was my angel who was there to comfort me through this time. The miracles, the small details that God did, let me know that I was that important to him, and him being there and providing for us through all of these miracles has increased the faith in my family, the strength, the boldness to believe for what God can and is willing to do for us. Gives us a peace and assurance into today's day, and age, to be able to trust in him no matter what the circumstances are. He's always there for us, and he will provide.
And the family continues to hold on to this scripture to this day and beyond. I will not die but live, and will proclaim what the Lord has done.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Daily Student Showcase. Now I'm in front of the green screen right now, as you can see, and the great thing about the green screen is that we can put just about anything behind us, such as a lobster or a snowman, but that's not what we use it for. We mostly use it for weather or different things, such as what's trending with Carney Porter or our New York Minute with Jason Colicchio. There are different things. It gives us an aspect that's away from the studio, and it gets us out and shows a little bit of our technical skills as well. But without further ado, let's get back to the videos to show you a little bit more of our student work.
College is a unique part of life, and college students find a wide variety of ways to spend their time outside of class. Some play sports, some get involved in Greek life, and others join clubs on campus. Some college students, however, continue participating in organizations they joined years prior to college. Such is the case for Oklahoma State aerospace engineering student Matthew Markham, who often spends his Tuesday evenings at Stillwater Regional Airport, just as he's been doing for the past 7 years.
I'm just here to give back to the cadets that are entering and at least give them a friendly face to see.
Markham, you see, is a cadet in the Civil Air Patrol, an organization that has been around since 1941, although many have never heard of it. The cadet program takes in youth between 12 and 20 years old and teaches them about aerospace, community service, and leadership in a military-like environment. First Lieutenant Ryan Lewis is one of the adult leaders of the Stillwater unit of the Civil Air Patrol. He says the Civil Air Patrol can help prepare teenagers for college.
Some of the things they learn here translate very well into the academic world. We do quite a bit of, academic material here at the squadron, and so it really kind of prepares them for, the next level of, academic development, whether it's, college or trade school or whatever they choose to do.
Lieutenant Lewis has known Cadet Markham for years, and he has noticed how the program has helped him to grow.
He has always been just an absolutely stellar cadet. He's been with the program for several years now, and I think over that time we've seen just a remarkable amount of growth and character development from him. When I first started with the squadron about 4 years ago, he was a bit younger and still really trying to find himself, and I think the program has really helped him find his voice and become just an absolutely sterling young adult.
Although most cadets are in middle or high school, some stay into the program into their college years, like Cadet Markham. But even for those that don't, the skills taught in the Civil Air Patrol can help them feel better prepared for the rigors of higher education. High school senior Joshua Branch is the top-ranked cadet in Stillwater. He feels confident as he prepares to transition to college life.
It has definitely helped me prepare by giving me different study habits, teaching me how to study certain texts that I'm not exactly enthralled to be studying, and helping me with time management.
Some cadets go on to join the military, as both Markham and Branch say they hope to do. Others choose to stay on the civilian side. Either way, there is always something to get out of the time they spend in Civil Air Patrol.
Helps you adapt either into the military or look at something that you may not have thought of that you might enjoy.
Alma Rios, a senior of significance from Buffalo, Oklahoma, in the Arts and Sciences College, has achieved many successes throughout her time at Oklahoma State University, but her upbringing left her unsure for most of her life.
So the whole process of becoming a naturalized American citizen, for me it started in December 2014. I had just turned 18 and I said, I'm going to do this thing. So I started my application, and that took about a month to complete just because I had sporting events in high school at the time. So I did that in my spare time and on weekends. And then I submitted my application in January 2015. I heard back in February about biometrics. So what that is fingerprinting, background checks, pictures taken. So I heard back from them in February, and that's when I did that, I believe. Yes, and then in June, I heard back again, and then it basically saying, hey, you passed and you can go on with this process. And in July of 2015, I took the naturalization test. And what that looked like beforehand was once I was good to go, they sent me a booklet of 100 questions about anything and everything America. So it could have been, it was questions over geography of America, history of America, government, current government officials, just basically anything and everything, and took that exam on July of 2015, and I passed it with flying colors. Then I was basically interviewed as to why I want to become an American, what America means to me, and why I chose to live here even though I was only 2, so I really didn't have a choice. So testing and interview was over, passed all of that, and then in August of 2015, I became a naturalized American citizen.
Rios was one of nearly 97 different people from 32 different countries that participated in her ceremony in 2015, what she calls her American birthday.
I was born in Mexico, stayed there for 2 years, but I still had like baby friends, right? And so I have those Mexican friends on Facebook, and their lifestyles are so vastly different than what mine is today. Their focus is completely on family and trying to earn a living, whereas mine is education, and that's what my parents wanted for me. So I mean, America truly is the greatest country in the world, in my opinion, and I am so thankful that my parents decided to make that sacrifice so that I could live a better life. The first song that I sang as an American was God Bless the USA, and I had tears in my eyes just because I don't know, I love America, and I'm so glad that I live here and I get to live the American dream.
Determining your future by selecting a major can be difficult.
It's okay to be undecided.
Connect with the College of Arts and Sciences, where your options are endless.
Where you can uncover your passions and achieve your goals.
Express your creativity by exploring a career in the visual and performing arts.
Investigate new discoveries to make the world a better place with a career in science.
Advance knowledge, communicate progress, and contribute to a healthier planet with a career rooted in the social sciences.
Discover your career by looking at the world from different perspectives through the humanities.
Realize a better tomorrow through problem solving and mining data that can change lives.
CAS prepares you to succeed through internships, study abroad, student-guided research projects, and service activities.
With 109 majors, 52 minors, and 24 departments, the only thing missing is you. College of Arts and Sciences.
Connect.
Achieve. Succeed.
When you have a team of physicians and nurses that really truly care about their patients, that translates into patient care.
It's a small practice, it's a small town. Everybody really takes that time to put the patient first.
Everybody cares what's happening to me and that I'm making progress and I'm gaining my freedom back and my mobility back. This patient is saying thank you.
This spring, I invite you to shop in downtown Stillwater. Downtown Stillwater is home to locally owned shops, boutiques, eateries, and dependable professionals that you can trust. Find the perfect gift for your graduate, have a delicious meal with mom, or just stop in to enjoy great spring savings. By creating a demand for local goods and services, you can ensure a place for the local businesses that help give our community character and keep it unique. On behalf of Downtown Stillwater, thank you for shopping local.
Gotta be against the law to look this damn good. Watch out now. Cause baby, I feel real good and I wish I would. Watch out now. It's gotta be against the law to look this damn good. Watch out now. Everybody watch out. Watch out now. I'm ready for a good time, and I came to groove. The whole band's here and we came to move. Got a fresh haircut and 2 new shoes. We're here all night like we got nothing to lose. I'm coming out the jacket cause we're turning up the heat. I wanna see you clapping when you get up out your seat. It's time to make it happen when we hit these streets. I'm coming in hot and I can't be beat. Watch out now. Baby, watch out now.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Daily O Student Showcase. Now, I'm behind the news desk right now. I don't usually stand here, but our anchors do a lot of great work from behind here, and this is where we read off the teleprompter and things like that. And I'm not reading off the teleprompter right now. This is all at the top of my head, so bear with me. But this is where we get a lot of our work done. A lot of our reports come from up here, and our anchors do a lot of good work. So if you're interested in anchoring at all, we have a spot for you. But let's get back to the videos.
The Cowboys have just made a touchdown, and the audience cheers as this famous stallion runs across the field. This OSU tradition began in 1984, and soon Bullet was famous throughout the OSU family. Every game day, the spirit riding team comes in hauling Bullet in the infamous trailer. Fans of all ages line up at the OSU Alumni Center to meet this famous horse. Many aspire to be the next spirit rider, even at a young age. Brooke Herlichka is a sophomore spirit rider and also hopes to be next year's main spirit rider.
This will definitely be the highlight of my OSU experience here. It has been absolutely a blast so far. I've loved getting to know these awesome people that I'm on this team with, and it's great for all my friends supporting me in this as well. Definitely going to be a highlight of my OSU career.
Behind the success of Bullet are these spirit riders who dedicate so much time to him. Madeline McLaren is the main spirit rider this year. Before every game, McLaren warms up Bullet in high hopes that he'll get a workout during the game. McLaren practices with Bullet 5 days a week in Tulsa and is very dedicated to this role as spirit rider.
So usually I'll stay Friday night in Tulsa. My schedule, I have Tuesday, Thursday classes. So I would usually go up Sunday, stay through Tuesday morning, come back Tuesday for class, and then go back Wednesday and stay through Thursday morning. And then I go back Friday and stay Friday night, and then wash him, bathe him, feed him, make sure he's ready, and we have everything loaded up and the trailer's clean, and all the tack and my shaps are oiled up, and that's about it. And then we load up and head over here.
Sadly, at the last home game of the 2018 season, it was revealed that Bullet and McLaren had their last ride.
You know, we could tell he was getting ready to go, and so I had a good feeling that this year was going to be his last year, and I'm just so glad that I got the opportunity to ride him and, be on him for his last few games and go out with him. So it's been really, really awesome, and he is the best horse.
Bullet has ran in 81 Cowboy games and has spent 2/3 of his life being a mascot for OSU. Bullet has become such an integrated part of the OSU tradition that the audience was shocked by this news. However, a new Bullet is to take the fame in 2019. While Bullet III will remain remembered, it's time for him to retire as Bullet IV follows his legacy.
Lizzie Sammons often bikes to class, like many other students at OSU, but her passion for biking has taken her much farther than just to class and back. Lizzie had the best and most challenging summer of her life. She spent her vacation with a group of 10 other college women riding bicycles 1,700 miles down the West Coast. But this was not just for fun. Lizzie made this trip with Pedal the Pacific, an organization that benefits victims of sex trafficking. As the Pedal the Pacific women traveled down the coast, they raised money and awareness for the Refuge Austin, a safe place for child victims of sex trafficking. Child sex trafficking is the fastest growing crime in America, according to the Institute on Domestic Violence and Sexual Assault.
I think something that really got my attention was just the fact that it can happen to anyone, and it's happening in Stillwater. It's happening in the Woodlands in Texas, was found as like a big epicenter of sex trafficking. And I don't know, just the fact that I have the opportunity to go to college. I got a great education in high school, and I'm pursuing law school, and I have just this, I'm able-bodied. I think I have this philosophy of if you can do something, you should. If you can do something that's going to help other people, that's going to help you grow as a person, then you should. My team dedicated $50,000 to something called the Passion Fund,
And so we pretty much just decided that we wanted these girls to be able to pursue their passions as well once they got to the refuge, which is the beneficiary. And so a girl comes to the refuge and she was maybe abducted when she was 7 or 8, or immigrated across the border and she was abducted when she was really, really young. She's never had a chance. She's been too worried about surviving than to, oh, I think I take an interest in photography or cycling or dog training, whatever it may be. So the Passion Fund is just dedicated to, once a girl is healed and safe and she has the opportunity to start discovering these things, then we just want her to be able to run with that.
Inspired by Lizzie's work with this noble cause, Haley Felix, a senior and Lizzie's sorority sister, will be joining the Pedal the Pacific Women next summer.
This is something that I really want to be a part of. I am incredibly inspired by what the refuge is doing, and so I decided to kind of take that leap of faith and commit to biking and commit to learning that just to be a bigger part of the refuge and fighting sex trafficking, especially child sex trafficking.
Riding your bike down the West Coast isn't the only way to make a difference.
I think just doing research is a huge part of it, because what I've seen, once people find out the severity of sex trafficking in the United States, they can't help but to do something about it. You don't have to pedal the Pacific, or you don't have to donate like a bunch of money, but little things, if a lot of people are doing them, make a big difference.
In my mind, I was never going to walk right again. Before we were through, we had walked 23 steps. And that was my first steps of freedom. This patient is saying thank you.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Daily O Student Showcase. Now we're behind the scenes right now, some of the technical sides of the production stuff, the different things that we can do up here. It gives a different aspect and allows our productions to go. And without these guys that do these things, we just don't have a show. So if you're into playback, audio, graphics, if you're into technical directing, we have a place for you. But let's get back to the Student Showcase and show off some more of our videos.
Do you guys want to?
Oh, wow. Okay. It's too late.
State interest in medical marijuana began in the 70s when drug use and discussion was in its prime. Meanwhile, the federal government demonized marijuana and denied its medicinal value. The Controlled Substances Act of 1970 classifies marijuana as a Schedule I drug, meaning that marijuana is considered to have no accepted medical use and a high potential for abuse and dependence. The use, sale, and possession of all forms of marijuana is illegal under federal law in the United States. However, this has not stopped 23 states from legalizing the medical use of marijuana and an additional 10 from legalizing recreational use. Oklahoma has most recently legalized the medical use of marijuana. The Peak, located in Edmond, Oklahoma, is one of the first dispensaries to begin selling medical marijuana products in the area. Corbin Wyatt, owner of The Peak, shares his experience with medical marijuana.
But as far as the actual benefits go, I think that you're able to find a more natural solution for helping with common ailments. I think it gives people an alternative to the common medicine that they've been taking. Our average age patient is actually 55 years old, which means that you're kind of seeing these older generations bringing down or bringing up that age average. And I think that makes a really, really big difference in the way that we look at who's doing this. It's not a bunch of 18 to 25-year-olds. It really is an older crowd. So any of our locations are going to give you a very similar experience. You're going to walk in, be greeted by a nice, friendly staff of people that are here just to help you figure out what you need to make your ailments better. They'll come in, we'll check them in, make sure that they have their medical ID. We'll welcome them back. We'll ask them what they're comfortable with taking, how they would like to take it. If they used marijuana in the past, they generally have an idea of what they'd like to do. And then we'll help them find the quality products that they need.
Medical marijuana has become a hot topic on college campuses across Oklahoma. Oklahoma State University was prompt in releasing a statement regarding the legalization of medical marijuana. Nonetheless, medical marijuana products have begun making their way to Stillwater. CBD Plus USA on North Perkins Road has offered CBD products since July. Soon, medical-grade products will hit the shelves. While some still have their concerns, medical marijuana products are going to continue being sold in Oklahoma as more dispensaries open for business. Until it is no longer considered a Schedule I drug, states will have to go on negotiating the demand for legal marijuana.
Guys, thank you so much for this year. It's been such a wonderful experience. I'd like to thank our family and friends and the faculty that have helped us all throughout our career here with the Daily O. This is going to be our last show until August, so we're going to thank our fans, thank everyone for doing this, and for the last time this semester, for the Daily O, I'm Landon Greene. The only way to finish this off is to fade to black.